Hello everybody, this is Chronicles018, and this is going to be my thoughts and recap for Blue Exorcist episode 22. Yeah, I'm going to try and finish uploading for Blue Exorcist today because I just did an episode for Sword Art Online, and so, I wanted to get this done. Because Sword Art Online doesn't have a whole lot of episodes. I don't think it's as short as Vampire Knight, but hold on, let me check. But it does have a decent amount of episodes. Anyway, yeah, this episode a lot of stuff happens that are not good. First off, Yukio is now the head of the Japan branch of the Knights of the True Cross. Plus, he's now the Paladin, which means that Angel was essentially demoted. I don't know how far he was demoted, but yeah. So Yukio is now the new Paladin, only because they need to essentially get a project running and off the ground, and that project is essentially destroy all the demons they can find in Ostia, open a portal to Gehenna, and drop a nuke into it. That's essentially what they're planning. Yeah. The details as to how they open the portal, I don't know if they mentioned it in this episode, but it's either mentioned in this episode or the next episode. I don't remember which. But yeah, Yukio is now the Paladin, so only reason he was made the Paladin is because his grandfather, essentially the whole nepotism thing, and also the fact that he was already an exorcist, so it was a bit easier to do so. Then again, I would say that out of the two, either him or Angel, I'd say Angel's more qualified because he's got more experience in this sort of thing than Yukio does. He's still a teenager, for crying out loud. And while Yukio's probably a bit more reasonable, a little bit less so as this episode goes on, I think Angel's probably more qualified to be the Paladin when it comes to just those two candidates. If you guys have a different opinion, I'd be welcome to hear it, because I like hearing, how you guys see things. I mean, sure, Yukio's probably my favorite out of the two brothers, but he's not qualified to be the Paladin just yet. Dang it, I passed it. Oh, no, I didn't. Here we go. Anyway, yeah, Ren finds out and essentially, tells him that's great, even though he's ticked about the fact that he beat him to it. Yeah, 25 episodes for Sword Art Online. Just the first, season. Anyway, instead of the students training to be exorcists, they're just given weapons and told to kill demons. That's it. So yeah, some of the others know that something ain't right here. Especially when they kill the demons, something starts glowing on the guns, the weapons, essentially. And Bond notices this and starts to wonder, what the heck is this? And yeah, like I said, Yukio becomes a lot more unreasonable in this because, yes, there are demons that are bad out there. There are good demons, though, because we actually see a good demon in this episode, because they end up going to a forest and killing off a bunch of demons, and a gigantic, demon boar, I think? I don't know if that's its actual form, but it was in the form of a boar. It was either a boar or a deer, I can't remember which. And they kill it, and we find out from the demon before it dies that it was only attacking them because it was angry that the other demons that were in the forest that were helping it to protect the forest were killed. So there are good demons. That demon and its buddies were protecting the forest. They aren't bad. But I don't know, just because they're demons, they deserve to die, apparently. At least according to the Vatican and the others right now. And Ren gets all ticked off about this and tells him, what, are you guys gonna kill Kirigakure's familiars, Koro, the other familiars that, help the exorcists? And even Ren himself, he's a freaking half-demon, for crying out loud. And Yukio does something that I was not expecting at all. He actually tries to shoot Koro. Rin obviously stops him, and, well, he ends up getting sucker punched and knocked out. And put in another jail cell across from Mephisto. And Mephisto essentially explains that he was the one that was behind the lab in Poland. But that was before the outlaw of creating artificial life. So by the time that law was passed, he had already left and left his disciples to their own devices, essentially. So essentially the lab's creation was his fault. And Rin essentially gets him caught up on things, and Mephisto decides it's about time to get out of there. So he transforms into a puppy and slips out, leaving Rin behind. Of course. Anyway, Angel and the others come in right after that. And apparently, Rin's been sentenced to death. And everybody else knows that something funky is going on, and Bond essentially calls the girl that fixed the sword before and explains, about the weapons and everything, and she essentially tells them that they're supposed to be absorbing blood and to essentially not touch them. And thus everybody is running towards where the ceremony is supposed to be taking place to try and stop it, obviously. The students and the teacher with the 5 o'clock shadow thing. I don't remember what his name is. Anyway, they're heading there, and Angel's guarding the place. And, yeah, I essentially said in this that the Vatican needs a reality check, because a person cannot choose their parents. Human, demon, whatever. It's not Rin or Yukio's fault that their father is Satan. So, because Angel said anybody with the blood of Satan deserves death. And I'm like, really? Because there could be somebody with the blood of Satan in their veins, and they could be the nicest, kindest person you would ever meet, and they deserve death? That's some warped thinking. And essentially they try and get past the guys so they can get up there and save Rin, because they don't know what's going on, they want to get him out of there. And next episode, oh boy, do things come to a head, and we get some information. Anyway, yeah, I think that their thinking is warped because, like I've said before, there are not only good humans and bad humans out there, there are also there's not only bad demons, but there are good demons as well, and trying to destroy them all just because they're a demon is essentially the same thing as trying to kill all, like the Holocaust, for example. Trying to kill all the Jews just because they're Jews, that's essentially the same thing. That's bad. And, yeah, they definitely need a check on their morals, a check on their reality, essentially. If any of you guys agree, I'd like to hear about it. If you guys disagree, or you have another point of view on this, feel free to let me know. And if you've actually watched this whole thing, I applaud you. And if you haven't already subscribed, I'd recommend subscribing, because I'm going to finish this and get started on Sword Art Online and try and get some other stuff done. And I will see you guys next time.